off the land. And I took with me my younger sister, who was then 16 and who is now a staff woman here. And she brought some friends along, and we had a group of maybe 4 or 5 women, young and old, learning how to live off the land. And it was such a great experience and a real growing experience for them that I decided it would be something to keep in the back of my mind for a future idea. You know, we demand more of women to be self-sufficient and strong as individuals. We thought that we should have some actual living experiences where they could develop that attitude, not just learn it intellectually.
A day at Mount Sally begins at 7. Mornings here have been foggy lately. Mount Sally won't even be seen until mid-morning. One by one, these girls from Milwaukee leave their bunkhouse to face a barn full of hungry animals, a cow that needs milking, and a garden that needs tending. The rest are preparing breakfast. Mary Beth Mulm is Conway's co-director. City women, she says, have little trouble adjusting to country life. Everything here is an adventure.
I mean, the environment here is very conducive to making that happen, and the spirit and the atmosphere all creates a comfort level that people, you know, initially might be a little bit afraid, but we help, you know, work with them so that they do get to feel comfortable around the animals, around, you know, the community here, around the land.
Yeah, it's peaceful. It helps you get away to think. I don't know, it's better. All the people are so friendly, you know.
Meals are eaten in this screened-in porch. In addition to this rather new ranch-style house, Conway and several friends designed it themselves and built it with recycled lumber from other structures torn down. This morning's menu of granola, bran muffins, butter, and yogurt were prepared by the homesteaders themselves.
Bye, girls. Have fun.
In between morning and evening chores, homesteaders fill their days with generally whatever they want to do. Mount Sally was not established with rigidity in mind, but rather adventure, and every homesteader approaches carpentry and horseback riding with equal enthusiasm. Today, more work needs to be done on this solar greenhouse, designed again by a co-founder of the homestead. The saws are a little rusty, but the job gets done.
Oh, no, I'm trying not to. Well, you can if you want to.
You're supposed to.
On an angle?
Yeah, like you go like...
Halfway.
Inside, every imaginable combination of date, banana, raisin, and nut breads are being made. Grandma's recipes, of course.
It probably doesn't matter too much. You'll be fine.
1 acre if you want.
Then we can just stick it into it.
Looks like
Don't add them there. Get a separate folder.
No, they're right here.
Many of these girls have never ridden a horse before. Like most of the farm animals here, horses are either leased or borrowed from neighboring farms. But this is the first summer the homestead could afford to pay someone to care for the horses. She teaches how to ride and groom them.
They were in there. What is it, rusted? Okay, let's get a better one. That's pretty short.
It's amazing how much there is to get wet.
Yeah, it seems like we tell it.
Just remember you guys where he's losing his hair? What are you screaming like that for?
A shower room has been built next to the house, but homesteaders say they prefer this solar shower. The only disadvantage, they say, is they can only use it during the day. Mount Sally hopes to create enough alternative energy sources to be self-sufficient in 5 years, and that would allow the homestead to be open during the winter for ski weekends. But until then, limited solar cooking and this outdoor shower stall will have to do. The mural of gnomes being painted was designed by the last session, a group of 14 women. It will eventually read Mount Sally Gnomestead. Last summer, only 1 week was open to women. It was such a success, there were 3 weeks this year. The staffers say there's a noticeable difference between the high school girls and women and their personal growth at the homestead.
The mature women see it as getting away, a vacation, trying new things, meeting new people. Some of them are leaving their families, their husbands for the first time on a separate vacation, and it's kind of an adventure for them. With the high schoolers, I think it's a much more obvious growing experience where they're stepping outside of a lot of their typical stereotypes and really trying on some new hats. And we see a real interesting change, I think, after the 2 weeks that they're here.
It just sounded like a really good, peaceful time to get out and have a good time away from the city. And I just really like it.
What else do you think about it? Getting up early in the morning, the chores?
Oh, it's, at first, the first day, like, oh, I don't want to get up, no. And then after you get up and start working, you're not tired anymore and it doesn't bother you. So it's all right.
It's great. It's an excellent way to get away. It's relaxing, but it's a lot of work. I've never, ever, taken care of farm animals before, or milk cows or anything. It's great.
Mount Sally Homestead is a nonprofit tax-exempt corporation. A tuition is charged, $235 for a 2-week session, $125 for a 1-week session. This summer, they're just breaking even, Conway says. Some staffers are salaried, and Conway is hoping next year she'll be one of them. But in the meantime, her pay is strong personal gratification.
Oh, I can't think of a better way to spend a summer, frankly. I think it's just an ideal setting to experience a whole lot of peace and then to share with each other the skills that we bring to the program. We have experts in each area, from the horsewomen to the canoeists to the naturalists in the kitchen. And we share our skills with each other so that by the end of our summer, we're probably much more accomplished homesteaders than when we began. And then
Mount Sally's sleeping and bath facilities make it impossible to turn this community co-ed, but even so, its directors say they have no intention of allowing boys or men to work in their homestead. They believe that a homestead should be developed for boys and men, but say it should also be done so by men. They won't sacrifice this unity they share several weeks of the year.
You do. I think we're finding, at least in talking to the homesteaders, I think you'll find that they like having this space to themselves, to be able to learn and not have somebody else to worry about, not having a male figure around to have to, comb their hair, brush their hair, or do things like that. And also, it gives them the opportunity to learn and to do everything in terms of operating the farm here. We don't have male and female projects that we have. Everything is our project. Mm-hmm.